Alrighty, guys. Looks like we live. Let me just make sure this is going here. And then we forward and share and all that good stuff. Share to our group. Okay. Hang on. Real talk. What's going on, guys? Give me a minute here. Just sharing this out where I need to share this. All right. So that is shared. Cool. Good. Boom. Turn the volume down there. Awesome. Cool. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Just kind of pulling up a couple things here. Ready. Okay, there we go. And here we go. Boom. Rock on. Rock on. Rock on. Like I said, happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody is having a good week thus far. If you are hanging out and you're with us and you're in my econ, today is payday. Got paid today. I got paid today. Did you get paid today? I got paid today. So just want to say happy Friday. And I want to kind of share some things with some folks because we'll just call it a growing pain of any business, no matter what your business is. People are going to quit. Period. End of story. If you have an online business, people are going to quit. It's just the way of the world. If you have a traditional, brick and mortar store, people are going to quit their jobs. People are going to quit an online business. No matter what the business is, people are going to quit along the way. And I think, especially when it comes to having an online business, a lot of people will quit because of expectations, realistically. And if you think about kind of the world that we live in right now, and you think about the world of Facebook and social media, if you go and you see somebody out there online living the life, living the laptop lifestyle, then, it's always these cool, crazy videos. It's always, they're posting pictures of them traveling the beaches of the world and all this other stuff. But I want to paint a picture for you guys. I want to put some reality, actual real life reality into what you can expect when you join and be part of an online business. I'll use the whiteboard. I'm going to draw it out for you on a map, and I'm going to show you guys the realistic, view of what this is going to look like for you. And it's also, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I want to show this to you because I want people, as they join our team, as they look at starting a business online, you have to have a realistic expectation of what it's going to take to find the results that's going to allow you to live the type of life that you want to live. That's it. So I'll use an example of how I just mentioned social media and, the things that you guys see on social media. So I'll give a perfect real life example. I'm going to mention a specific person by the name of Nick Anderson. Now, I know Nick personally. We have a good relationship. We've collaborated on many different projects. I've met Nick in person multiple times. So hopefully he, won't have any issue of me talking about him. Now, if you go to Nick's social media profile, Nick is phenomenal at editing really great lifestyle videos. Awesome lifestyle videos. I mean, you watch those videos and you want to be in there. You want to be in those videos. You want to be living that lifestyle. And Nick now at this point does live a very similar lifestyle to his videos. But realize this, Nick has also been an online entrepreneur for the last 6+ years. He has been grinding his face off for the last 6+ years, long hours, many late nights, doing whatever it takes, working on his mindset, working on his business, and doing whatever it takes to find success. Nico, lay down. Of course, I start a webinar, and what happens? The dogs want to come in, they want to come out, they want to do all this other stuff. So anyway, so Nick's been grinding away. So the lifestyle videos that you see, they do paint a great picture, but you don't understand what happens behind the scenes. Is that people could see somebody like Nick or anybody really that's flashing a lifestyle video and be like, yo, whatever they're doing, I want to sign up for it. And people expect that those things that you see in those videos, that people are going to achieve those things like almost overnight. That is not the case, my friend. It's not the case. So I'll give you my example. Okay. So I'm here in my home office in Derry, New Hampshire. Okay. Working from home today. Like I work from home every day, but it took me, now I was able to condense timeframes, and I'm going to talk about condensing timeframes in a little bit. I was able to condense timeframes based on work ethic and work habit and also work effort. Okay. So I was able to, for about a year and a half, learn, grind. And then I was finally able to get myself to a point financially where I could now work from home. Okay. But it was not overnight. It did not happen overnight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you my screen, but I'm going to show you guys basically like a dry erase board. I'm going to show you guys a whiteboard and show you kind of like almost like a timeline of events. And I want you guys to think about this, because if you're in your first, if you're looking at an online business, let's say you're looking at My Econ or whatever it is, you're looking at an online business because you want to bring in some extra income into your life, and you want to eventually get to a point where you can break free from the rat race. You can get to a point where you can provide from your family, you can pay your bills, you can travel, you can do the things that most people that want to be part of the laptop lifestyle, you want to get to that point. So I want to show you guys on a timeline roughly what that's going to look like. All right. But be aware, I'm not going to say it's going to take X amount of time, because the timeline is just that. It is your timeline. And I'm going to talk about a couple of different variables that will have to do with how long that timeline actually is. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to use the whiteboard here. All right. So we're going to go to share and then boom. So now we got the whiteboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out a timeline. So this is the very start right here. Right here is the very start of your online career. Okay. Right here. Now we're going to draw this line as straightly across the whiteboard as we can using my incredible artistic abilities. And we're going to get over here. Now, this line over here, this is your end result. In other words, when you start an online business, where you start and where you want to be. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're just going to put, we'll come down here and we'll just put start right there. Okay. Then we're going to come over here and this is going to be your end. I'll make that look a little bit end result. And let's just say that your result is, realistically, whatever your end result is. Let's just say that you joined an online business opportunity, because I'm throwing a number out there, and this is for example purposes only, is that you want to make $5,000, okay, per month. You want to make $5,000 per month. That's your end goal. All right. So plain and simple, this is the start of your online journey, and this is where you want to end up. You want $5,000 a month, because $5,000 a month will allow you, to live that type of lifestyle that you want to live, whether it's to provide for your family, just a second income for your family, it's to travel, it's to, whatever it is, that $5,000 a month is your goal. And again, these numbers are all hypothetical example purposes only. So you got to realize that when you first start, now let's say you're going to join a business like My Econ, which would be $35 a month. Okay. So right out of the gate, or right from the get, okay, you're going to go into the hole. You're going to go negative. All right. Now, if I sign up today, and today's a Friday, does that mean I'm going to be rich? I'm going to be a thousandaire. I'm going to be loaded by Saturday? No, absolutely not. Does that mean by next week I'm going to be traveling the beaches of the world? No. Next month? No. 6 months from now? Probably not. A year from now? Maybe. All depends on you. All depends on your work ethic. So now, if you are smart, and as an example, you go to, I don't even know if this shows this here. Yep, maybe not. I think I might have just messed something up there. All right, so let's say that you, I got to come back out of here. And I got to go back in because I just messed something up. So let's say that you, oh, look at that, saved it, cool. Let's say that you go to our team's training site, okay, and you understand traffic, you understand conversions, you understand some of the core principles that we talk about, all right? So you got your traffic, you got your conversions, you get your mindset, it's all available to you in our team's training guide. Now, you get some traffic running, you set yourself a budget, So you're out of the gate with your business opportunity, which as an example from my econs, $35 a month. Now what you want to start doing to start growing your business, there's two ways to do it. There is the free way, which is going to cost you a lot of time. Then there is the fast way, and the fast way is with paid traffic. Real quick, just want to say hi to some people that are jumping on board here. Let's see, looks like we got Brent Sterling in the house. Good to see you, my man. Latricia, how are you? Carlos, Rhonda, Jerry, Jay, John Ortiz, Donald Leith. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Patra as well. Good to see you. So now you have your starting pay or your starting investment, which is your investment into your business. Then what you're going to want to do is if you want to grow your business fast, which I would recommend, now what you're going to do is you're going to invest in some traffic. You're going to invest in some paid advertising. Paid advertising is going to get you the quickest results. Okay. So let's just say hypothetically, and I'm going to use rough numbers, guys. I'm going to use rough numbers. So let's say now that you want to invest and you can budget yourself $300 per month. Okay. $300 per month into your business. So what you're going to want to do is you invest $300 plus your initial investment. So now if this right here, okay, if this is your starting point right here, now what you're going to do is obviously now you're going to dip down. You got your starting point plus your traffic budget. So now you're down here. So let's just be real. Okay. So now you have your initial $35 investment plus you also have your traffic budget of $300 a month. So now you are negative $335 roughly, guys. I'm using round numbers here. Okay. I'm just using these as example numbers. So right out of the get, your negative cash flow. This is the reality of starting any business. Did you guys know? And here's the reality. You guys can go look this up. Amazon.com for their first 10 years, I'm not even, and this is what blows my mind is how quickly people will start an online business and how quickly people will quit. Okay. Because they have that lottery mentality. They expect those overnight riches to happen and they just don't come. Amazon.com was negative cash flow for their first 10 years. Okay. Did Jeff Bezos quit? Did he give up? Did he say, you know what, maybe this just isn't going to work? No, he had a vision. He had goals. He kept pushing, kept working, kept grinding. Okay. Just like how I had talked about Nick earlier. All right. Same thing, kept pushing, kept grinding, kept doing whatever it takes to win, finding ways to win. All right. So right out of the get, now you're negative. So let's say 1 month in, we'll just call this marker here 1 month. Let's say maybe after driving some traffic, after doing some follow-up, after getting your business going, learning, you're learning follow-up emails, you're learning broadcast emails, you're learning how to follow up, you're learning. All right. So maybe after your first month, you have made, let's just call it $50 in profit. Okay. You've made $50 in profit. All right, cool. That's awesome. Most people, when they start an online business, they don't ever make any money because they quit too soon. All right. So now you keep going. Another month goes by. So now let's say you're 90 days in. We'll just call this the 90-day marker. Okay. You're 90 days into this business. You got your $300 a month traffic budget and you have your $35 monthly investment into your business. All right. So now again, you're spending more money than you're making. This is reality. This is any business USA, my friend, any business USA. There is not one singular business, whether it be a brick and mortar store, a retail store, an online business. There's not any business that on day one is an instant profit. It just does not happen. Those people that if it happens, it's the 0.0000001% people or chance or opportunity. Okay. But this is reality. I'm spelling it out for you guys. This is reality. So you have your traffic budget down here. All right. You're spending traffic. Now let's just say hypothetically, okay. Hypothetically, after I said this is the 90-day point, let's say by the 90-day point, you've made, we'll just say $300 in your business. You've made $300 after 90 days. So some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, I'm spending $300 a month. After 90 days, that's $900, and I've only made $300 total. So far, I've lost $600. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. But what's going to happen is, as this is going along, as you're spending money on traffic, now what you can start doing, and this is what the smart marketers will do, is you can now start taking some of these profits and you can start reinvesting that back into your traffic. You can invest some or you can invest all. If you have a job, if you have something that is, paying your bills and paying for you to put food on the table and all that other stuff, I would recommend as much of your profits invest back into traffic as you can. Because guys, what's going to happen over time is now you're going to go from, let's say if you're spending $300 a month on traffic, you might start out at, realistically, when you first get started, you might be doing, maybe 10, we'll just call it roughly 10 leads a day. Okay. That's when you first get going, 10 leads a day. If you're doing, again, I'm using rough round numbers here. If you're doing, $300 a month, you might end up with 5, 10, maybe 15 leads a day on a good day. It also depends on what you're doing. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of variables that when I get all the way through this, I'm going to explain to you different variables that can affect this timeline of events here. All right. So now let's move forward. Let's go up 90 to 180 or so days. Now we'll talk about, roughly you've been doing this for maybe 6 months. So we're looking at, maybe 6 months into this. So now let's say in profit, okay, now let's say in profit, you got, we'll call it $750. You know what? Maybe if you're really hustling, if you're really grinding, we'll call it $1,000, okay, by 6 months. So maybe you can earn $1,000 in 6 months. Maybe you can do it in a month. I don't know. I don't know what your work ethic is. So that's why I'm giving you guys real kind of plain Jane rough numbers here. But now what you're doing, is by the time you get to the 6 month point, maybe instead of taking, all of your profits, maybe you're taking 50% or 75% and you're reinvesting that back into your traffic. So as your traffic budget starts to, you're going to start to pull your traffic budget out of the negative as far as profits for you go. So now let's say maybe 6 to 7 months in, instead of 10 leads per day, now maybe at the 6 month point, maybe now you're sitting at, like, we'll just call it 35 LPD, leads per day. Okay, everybody get that? So now you're at 35 leads per day. You're starting to take some of your profits and you're starting to reinvest that back into your traffic. Okay, so now what we're going to do is now we're going to get to about the 1 year point. So, we got your first 30 days and we got 90 days and we got 180 days. And now we're going to call this 1 year. All right. So I'm just going to put 1Y, 1 year. And now let's say after a year, okay, now things are starting to scale up for you. Okay. Things are starting to scale up. So now let's say at the 1 year point, now maybe you're at 5K. You've earned 5K in your business. All right. So at 5K in your business, now you can take some of this profit and you can keep continuing to reinvest that back in your traffic. So at some point, guys, at some point, and again, I don't know when this point is for you. I can tell you when it was for me, but I'm telling you guys, at some point, you're going to come back over that threshold. You're going to come back over the threshold, meaning from your initial investment, when you joined whatever your business is, okay, you joined your business and then you took your traffic budget and you made your investment. You went into the hole, you went into the negative. At some point, by reinvesting your profits back into your taxes, all right, what's going to happen is at some point, you're going to come out of the rabbit hole. You're going to come out of that hole and you're going to start turning positive profit. All right. Now, once you get to that point, now let's say instead of, we'll put this at the 15 month. Now let's say we're at 15 months into this. You're grinding, you're working, you're following up, you're doing your daily broadcasts, you get your follow-up emails going out, you get traffic flowing to your business every day, you're following up, you're taking your people, you plug them into a Facebook group, you're following up with them by all means possible, okay? One person that commented here on our Facebook Live as you guys are watching this right now is Derek Nelson. Derek is great at the follow-up, okay? He uses Facebook, he uses many different tools to follow up with his leads. I would encourage you to do the same exact thing. Follow up by all means possible. And like I said, once we look at this whole thing, there's going to be some variables that I'm going to talk about that can condense some of these timeframes for you. All right. So now once you get to the point, let's say this, again, this is 15 months. Now, once you get to the point where you're starting to pull positive cash flow, meaning that in order for you to reinvest traffic into your business, it's not coming out of pocket. So that, my friend, is one of, it can be your first long-term goal. It can be a long-term goal. It can be whatever type of goal you want it, but that can be one of your goals is once you get to this magic point right here, okay? Once you get to that point, okay, that's going to be what's called turning positive cash flow, okay? So if I could spell turning positive cash flow. Can't type today, folks. Turning positive cash flow is a very, very good thing. Now, real life, for me, that is where I'm at in my business. All of my profits, because I've been doing this long enough. I never quit. I never let anything get in my damn way of providing for my family. I kept going. I kept pushing. I kept learning. I kept grinding. I kept moving forward. And if you watch this and you keep moving forward, okay? Did Nick Anderson ever quit? No. Did Jeff Bezos ever quit? No. Did Bill Marler ever quit? No. Are the Reekers ever going to quit? No. Is Derek Nelson ever going to quit? No. Okay. All of those folks are doing this right here that you can see. Okay. So once you get to positive cash flow, now what you can start doing is you're basically going to take a chunk of your business. Now, if you want to still invest some of your own money, out of pocket, that's fine because you have your budget and you can start scaling that monthly budget up, whatever you want to do. But now you're going to get to a point once you start breaking through positive cash flow. All right. Now what you're going to get to a point is once you can get past 35 leads a day and you can start getting to, let's say, 50 to 75 leads per day. Okay. And I can tell you right now, and I can give you this as honest, true, real life experience. When you can get to a point where you are driving consistently, I'm not talking once, I'm not talking a couple times a week, I'm not talking a couple times a month, I'm talking every single day. When you can get to a point when you can consistently drive 50 leads or more per day, that's where, and it's all based on the business opportunity. Okay. It's all based on the opportunity, but realistically for me, I've been able to, in multiple businesses, once you can get to 50 leads consistently per day and you have solid follow-up, you got to have the two. You can't just do 50 leads a day and then set it and forget it. You got to have some type of follow-up process in there, whether it be emails, whether it be, follow-up emails, broadcast emails, all that sort of thing. Okay. But when you can get to 50 leads per day, that's when some really cool stuff starts to happen, guys. That's when you start to see some really good, solid, consistent results in your business. That's when you start making thousands per month. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that, but I can tell you from experience that 50 leads per day can lead to thousands of dollars per month in your business. So again, for the process of this example, let's say hypothetically, that you get to 50 to 75 leads consistently in your business, and it's going to happen roughly around the 15-month point. Okay. So at that point, now roughly, let's say that you're making, 2K per month. Okay. You're making 2K per month. Life is good, right? You get an extra you got an extra $2,000 in your pocket. Plus you're still working your job. You're still going through all that sort of stuff, right? So now what's going to happen is this is going to continue Let me go back here. This is going to continue to grow. You're going to keep reinvesting your profits. You're going to keep reinvesting your profits. So if you're making 2K a month, some of that is going into your traffic budget, okay? And then you keep reinvesting your profits in your traffic, and this continues to scale up. So now let's go out to the 2-year point. So, okay, this is 24 months. You gotta love my artist rendering here, 24 months, okay? So now let's say that you, after 2 years of just staying consistent, constantly learning, constantly putting in the grind. And guys, here's reality. I've been online for, a little over 2.5 years. So these numbers that I'm giving you are kind of real, okay, are kind of real. So after the 2-year point, now let's say that you're sitting at roughly 100 leads per day. All right, you're at 100 leads per day. And now you're sitting at a point where, you're maybe up to $4,000 a month in income. Okay, cool. Awesome stuff there. Now what you want to do is you want to keep grinding. You want to take a portion of your profits. You're going to reinvest that back into your traffic, and you're going to keep going. You're going to keep scaling your traffic. So originally, guys, think back here. Originally, if I was paying $300 a month for traffic, now maybe I'm spending $1,000 a month. Now maybe I'm spending $1,500 a month, maybe $2,000 a month. I don't know. All depends on what you ultimately want your leads per day to be and what that ROI, what that profit is in your business. So you're taking a portion of your 4K that you're making, you're reinvesting that back into traffic. Just think about this. Let's say hypothetically, reality, you earned $4,000 in a month, and then you took $1,500 of that and you reinvested that back into traffic. You're going to be rocking some pretty serious leads, and then you keep scaling that up. So if you're investing, 30, 40, 50% of your profits back in, what's going to happen? Okay. What's going to happen is you're going to keep continuing to scale this up. So now you start climbing and climbing and climbing. Okay. So now this was the 2-year mark. So now let's go, 24 months. So now let's go like 36 months. So now let's say this is somewhere between 30 and 36 months. Okay. So call it that. All right. Now what you're doing is you could be potentially rocking 150 leads a day. You can be rocking 5 to maybe 10 grand a month if you stay consistent, if you keep following, what we're talking about right here. Now, here's the variable in all of this. Here's the variable inside all of this. Now, this is based on, you coming up with an initial traffic budget. All right. You staying consistent and never quitting. That is probably the one major thing that I can emphasize here is you staying very, very consistent and never, ever quitting. Okay. So you have your initial investment. Okay. You have your traffic budget that you start out with, and then as you start getting earnings, you start taking some or all of those earnings and start reinvesting that back into your traffic budget. All right. And then you continue to scale your traffic budget up. Eventually, you're going to break through the threshold. Okay. Eventually, you're going to break through the threshold and you're going to turn positive cash flow. You're going to keep scaling and keep moving up. And then eventually, guys, if you follow this, you're going to get to your end result. So what are the variables? The variables are, number one, you don't quit. Number two, your effort and your energy and your follow-up is going to be the key here. What type of effort and energy are you going to put into follow-up? So as you're getting, it doesn't matter, as you're getting 10 leads per day, as you're getting 35 leads per day, 50 leads per day, what does your follow-up look like to your list? Are you following up consistently with your list? Are you keeping your list warm? Are you sending them access to your Facebook page? Do you have a Facebook group? Are you sending them access to your Facebook group? Are you plugging those leads into trainings? Are you plugging those leads into things that are going to help them learn, grow? Are you creating know, like, and trust with your leads? What are you doing? So if you are doing those things very, very consistently, this start point and then your end result over here, wherever you want to be, you can condense that time frame. So in this example, we're talking 30 to 36 months. That's roughly 2.5 to 3 years online, all right, to get to whatever you want your goal to be. So if you want that to be 5 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, whatever you want that to be, in order for you to get there, if you want to condense timeframes, that is all going to depend on you and your effort and your energy and your follow-up, okay? So the more effort and work, okay? Plain and simple, guys, Gary Vee talks about this all the time. Nothing trumps the work. If you just put in the work, you can get to the result that you want to get to. So for me, my goal was to be, initially my goal was $10,000 a month. Now I have goals that are much higher than that, okay? But I have hit those goals, and now I am aiming, I have set my sights on other goals. But in order for me to get to $10,000 a month in my online businesses, that didn't happen overnight. It took me over, literally almost 2 years to get there and do it consistently, okay? But for me, I also condensed timeframes. I put in a lot of work. I make a lot of videos. I focus on ILT, which is invest, learn, teach. I invest my time into something, I learn it, and I turn around and I teach that to other people. I've created Facebook groups. I invite people into these Facebook groups so we can teach, train, and coach them on how to find success online. All right. I follow up with my list every single day. I invite them to connect with me on Facebook. I do above average things. Why? Because I want above average results. Okay. So I hope for you guys that this was beneficial to you. I hope that this kind of painted a little bit of a picture for you. But if you are here in this Facebook group, if you're watching this on my fan page, if you catch this on YouTube, I want you guys to have a real life understanding of starting and growing a business online. It's just that. It's you are starting a real life business. So if I were to go out right now, I could easily go to downtown Derry, and I could go to any strip mall and I can find an open storefront. In other words, where there's no business there. I could go sign a lease and I could go open up anything. I love watches. Maybe I can go open up a watch store, and I want to sell watches because I'm passionate about watches. I love watches, or timepieces, whatever you want to call them. And I want to start a watch store. So is it realistic that within my first day or first couple of weeks or first months, first year, that I'm going to be in profit? The reality is not even close. It might take me years before I start turning a profit. So in order for me to open up that watch store, number one, I need watches. So is it going to cost me money to go out and buy those watches so I can turn around and sell those watches? Absolutely. What about employees? I'm going to have to pay those employees to be there. I'm going to have to pay to train them. I'm going to have to invest in fixtures. I'm going to have to invest in marketing, advertising, so I can get people into my watch store. I'm going to be negative in the hole probably for a good year to 2, maybe 3 years, at least. Like I said to you guys before in the beginning, Amazon for their first 10 years did not turn a profit. And now Jeff Bezos is one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest man in the world. Okay. It's about staying consistent and staying the course. So if you want to have online results, if you want to have your own successful online business, 1000%, my friend, you can do that. You can do it. Just be realistic with yourself. Lose the lottery ticket mentality. Lose the fact that you're going to sign up for a business and then the next day you're going to be a thousandaire, or the next day you're going to be rolling in dough. It's not going to happen. You just have to be real. Okay. But there's some keys and some variables in here which will dictate your results. You got to be consistent, because consistent action equals consistent results. Okay. You got to be consistent. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward. Never, ever stop learning. The more that you can learn, the more that you can invest in your mindset, the more that you can invest in your growth and your personal development, and tweaking and fine tuning your skills and getting better as a marketer. Those things will condense your time frames. And then it comes down to follow-up. What type of effort and energy are you going to put into your follow-up? How are you going to reach out with your leads? How are you going to connect with them? How are you going to plug into them? I got people that they reach out to me all the time, almost daily, and say, hey, Dan, I ran traffic and nothing happened. I haven't made any money yet. I've been in this business for 3, 6, 9 months and I'm not making any money. And then I turn around and I dig in and I say, well, what are you doing? What type of effort and energy are you putting into this? Well, I ran some traffic. How much traffic did you run? Well, I did 100 clicks. Okay, then what? What'd you do after that? Well, I was expecting a lot of results. Well, sorry. The reality is you have to stay consistent. Once you run those 100 clicks, start following up with those leads and then run more traffic, follow up, keep following up, keep driving traffic, keep following up. Stay consistent, have a budget. So I know I'm running off here, guys, but those are some basics that I want you guys to understand. And that's reality, man. That's reality. You know, in those numbers that I showed you was some of my real life numbers. Okay. But the reason right now that you guys are watching this video, the reason that I'm sitting here in my home office, the reason that I'm able to work from home, the reason that I'm able to, you know, build large Facebook groups and build successful businesses is because I stay consistent. I put in the work and I never, ever once quit, ever. Always found a way to keep going. Why? Because this right here for me is worth it. Okay. Because I want to provide a life for my family that I know nobody else can. And that's what it's all about. Knowing your why, making your decision, and just doing whatever it takes and finding ways to win. So hope you guys found some value in this. I hope you guys got some value, some nuggets here. And I hope that dry erase board there, my artist rendering, painted a half decent picture of realistically what it's going to take. If you did get some value out of this, do me a favor, throw some likes, throw some hearts. Let me know. Drop a 1 in the comment box if you guys did get some value from this. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please, again, put a 1 down in the comment box. Let me know that you guys got some value out of this. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button down below and be sure to click the link down below this video and get into our team's private Facebook group so you can jump on these live when they happen. So that's it, my friends. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. I'll see you guys on the next live video. I'll see you guys in our training site, and I will see you guys at our next event, which we'll be talking about that in a little bit. And hope you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend. Take care. Bye.